but I have become used to it. This morning show was so rough. And, hitting the goal is like, for me, all's well that ends well. But those take a toll on me because it racks your dignity and your pride. And you're like, well, I don't really have a show. I have this performance I put on for 4 hours, and then I pass around the hat, and then I got to get really aggressive sometimes. But this week, it's been every show, right? So it's been consistent, so I've just felt that way. So I was out and about today. I was driving somewhere, and I was just like, maybe you should just say fuck it and lose a bunch of money tomorrow. Literally, that's where I was at after the morning show. I think I needed to mow the lawn, and I needed that nap because I was like, why don't you just say fuck it and not ask for a dime tomorrow and just lose a shit ton of money? And I'm like, all right, let's not pout. First of all, your goals are smaller than they've ever been. The fact that it's taking to the last minute to hit them is not a good look. It's a you problem. It's not an anybody else problem. But I had that, and it was very cathartic because it was kind of me just going, Dad, fuck it. You ever have one of those days where you're like, just like at your job, you have one of those days where you're like, why don't I just let everything go to shit? Who fucking cares? That's where I was at. You mow the lawn, you make your own stuffing, you take care of Horny, you play some fetch with Gordy, you figure it out. But I did. I went upstairs today, and I said, you know what? Enough of this fucking horn that's growing on the side of my head. And I got out a safety pin. I must have done it wrong. I must have done something wrong because I got out a safety pin. I opened that sumbitch up, and I just went, and I poked, and I stuck it in there, and the dot of blood came out of the thing, and I squeezed it. And it was just blood. It was just blood coming out of the side of my head. And I'm like, motherfucker. And I feel this thing, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I can definitely feel it getting smaller. I can feel it getting smaller. So I squeeze, and I squeeze, and I squeeze, and I squeeze. And it's done. And I go back later, and I'm like, this motherfucker is no smaller. Like, this thing is the same size it was before I shoved the safety pin in there. So I go in for a second time today. I go in after the lawn mowing, and I shove a fucking safety pin in there again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. This is a resilient motherfucker. It's not going away. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Some people were saying it was a tumor, and I feel like they were being partially playful. But you might be right. We might be dealing with a tumor. This thing it's resilient. It's poke proof. I've never had to lance one before. I think April did it once for me at some point because she loved me. And she lanced one at one point. But I've never done it myself. I've never had to. I've had relatively clean skin. So this is the first time I've done this. And I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I'm not sure, but